Are you rethinking the United States' relationship with NATO, possibly getting out?
Well, I'm disappointed in NATO that we spend trillions of dollars on NATO. Think of it, trillions over the years, many trillions of dollars. It's one of the reasons we have deficits and we help other countries. And when they don't help us, I mean, it's certainly something that we should think about. I don't need Congress for that decision. As you probably know, I can make that decision myself. I'd work with some very smart people. And I'd always deal with Congress anyway, but I don't need Congress for that decision. But, you know, when you say rethink, I have nothing currently in mind, but I will say that I'm not exactly thrilled when we help them with Ukraine. Look, Ukraine would have been over in one day if we didn't help. Frankly, Ukraine would have been over in the first day. They had the best equipment in the world. It was our equipment.
Something big is happening between the US and Europe right now. Donald Trump is now threatening to leave NATO after multiple European allies refuse to get involved in the war. In fact, some are now actively pushing back. Italy just denied landing rights to US warplanes trying to arrive at one of their bases in Sicily. Spain have not only denied US access to their bases, but are now also denying overflight rights to any of their aircraft involved in attacks on Iran. France have now blocked certain American planes from crossing their airspace, which were carrying military equipment bound for Israel. And now, in retaliation, Israel announced that they are halting all weapon imports from France. Keir Starmer addressed the UK public today, stating emphatically,
"This is not our war. We will not be drawn into the conflict. That is not in our national interest."
NATO member Australia, their Prime Minister, also addressed the nation today, saying,
"Australia is not an active participant in this war, but all Australians are paying higher prices because of it."
And even China have got involved for the first meaningful time, calling for peace and even presenting a 5-point peace plan to try and end the war. But the response to all of this has been fierce. Trump has lashed out at US allies, saying you'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA will not be there to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. And then he told The Telegraph that he's now strongly considering pulling the United States out of NATO. And to give you an idea of what NATO would look like without the United States, not only did the US spend more than any other NATO country, but it spent more than all other NATO countries combined. He said that this decision was beyond reconsideration. He then scheduled a primetime address to the nation from the White House on April the 1st. So NATO and Europe are facing a dilemma. Either play nice with the US or fend for themselves without their support. What do you guys think is the right decision?
Hey USA, what's new with you? So Trump said something weird today because he's actually considering leaving NATO. NATO like the alliance? Yeah, the same NATO that has 32 countries in it, and if one country gets attacked, all the countries will help. He wants to leave me? He's considering it NATO because he's mad at you. But why? What did I do? Well, you know the war with Iran? So Trump asked NATO countries for help, and every NATO country said no. Okay, our rule says that if one country gets attacked, we're all gonna help. Not if one country starts a war, we're gonna help. Well, still, a lot of NATO countries were like, this is not our war. Well, they are right. Yeah, but the war with Iran is getting worse, and Trump feels like the US is basically doing all the work in NATO, while other countries are not helping. But leaving NATO would be a huge problem, US. Well, I'm doing all the work anyway. Well, I'm also in NATO, and also our Prime Minister said that NATO is important and we're not leaving. Thank you, UK. But wait, can Trump just leave NATO right away? Now we have some rules regarding that, and Trump cannot just do it. Congress has to vote on it. And also, even if you leave, you cannot leave right away. It will take you a year. I know, but it's still crazy that he's considering it. Well, you know what, US? We fully support that decision. Yeah, why not? Just leave it. China and Russia, why do you guys want me to leave it? It's as you said, you're doing all the work. Leaving NATO won't help us at all, right? Yeah, absolutely, it won't help us. Huh, this is convincing. Are you serious? Wow.
Trump is now saying he wants to pull the US out of NATO. Not because NATO failed to defend Europe, not because the alliance suddenly stopped mattering, but because European allies would not help him turn his Iran war into their war. That is the part people need to hear, okay? He said the US is strongly considering leaving NATO and called the alliance a paper tiger. Right after allies refused to back his escalation the way he wanted. So this is not some grand ideological revelation. This is a tantrum disguised as foreign policy. And psychologically, it tells you everything. To Trump, alliances are not partnerships. They are loyalty tests. If allies do what he wants, they are strong. If they refuse to follow him into a crisis he created, suddenly the alliance is worthless. That is not strategic leadership. That is the mindset of a man who thinks every institution exists to serve him personally. And let's be clear, NATO was created for collective defense in the Euro-Atlantic region. Even France had to remind the US of that today, because apparently someone in this administration forgot that mutual defense alliance does not mean drop everything and help me with whatever war I picked today. Also, no, he cannot just snap his fingers and pull out tomorrow. No, there are some legal barriers. But the threat itself is the story, because once again, he is showing the world that under his leadership, America's commitments are conditional, impulsive, and based on personal obedience. This is how you weaken alliances. That is how you make dictators smile, and that is how you turn American power into a hostage negotiation.
Trump told the New York Times today he was deciding between staying in NATO or capturing Greenland. To our allies of 76 years, on behalf of all sane Americans, I'm so sorry. We are so sorry. And we will meet you on the other side of this after we take care of business at home. We love you, neighbors.
This message right here is going to go down in history as one of Donald Trump's most unhinged messages ever.
I'm just seeing some lines from Truth Social on Donald Trump saying that countries should buy oil from the United States, urging countries to go to the Hormuz and take it, according to Donald Trump on Truth Social, and that countries should go and take the oil themselves and learn how to fight themselves. Let me just open up his Truth Social, because I can assure you that it will be more verbose than the...
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you're all doing well today, and welcome to the channel. So guys, you probably have heard the saga that now Donald Trump is having with NATO. So when we speak about NATO, basically this is different countries which came together in order to make sure that the countries were uniting in terms of promoting peace and some diplomatic issues. And now you have already known how Trump does his thing. So you remember the case of Venezuela, right? And the arrest of Maduro and all that. That was really easy for Trump to do so. And he does these things alone. But now when Trump tried to touch Iran, it's just a very different thing that is going on right now. So the Iranian people, they are retaliating back. And you know what? Trump is surprised, because to him, he thought that was going to be like a very easy ride. The Iranian people were going to come and start, crying and telling him, you know what, please leave us alone. We don't want this and that. You've already known, or rather you've already seen what the hackers from Iran did to the FBI. We are talking about Kash Patel, and they actually hacked his email and displayed some information out there. That was just a warning to Trump, like, you know what, leave us alone. And you've also seen that the American citizens, they wrote to Iran and they were telling Iran, you know what, we don't want this fight. We don't want to fight with you. If you want to deal with Trump, just deal with Trump, and so on. So ladies and gentlemen, as we speak now, Trump declared, or rather is declaring, that he's gonna leave NATO. And this is the reason why he's saying that he's gonna leave NATO. He needs to be helped, to fight Iran. But now the question on the table is, why are you fighting Iran? That is what people want to know. And when he started this war, he did not involve anybody. He did not involve his allies. And now the people are coming in strong, and they're telling Trump, you know what, this is some sort of, diabolical, and we're not gonna be part of these things, because normally you've known, like, Trump wants to be the leader. He wants to be relevant. And in most cases, most findings, people are saying that, Trump is behaving like this because there's a lot of Epstein files and cases that is on him, and he's been mentioned on those chapters, or rather those incidents, like a lot of times. So he's trying also to deviate the people's mind from the Epstein file. So you've seen the American people also asking the hackers, you know what, can you hack the Epstein files and give us more? We need to know what's going on. But you know what, that's aside. So majorly, the NATO community is coming strong and telling Trump they're not going to be part of him, you know, just fighting people and all that. So Trump is hella mad right now because nobody is coming to support him. You remember the UK, they withdrew. And now France, they've closed its borders. And even the other time when he was speaking with the Japan government and all that, everybody is withdrawing and they're telling him, you know what, we don't want this. This is not what this community was made of. So what do you think, guys, about today's topic? What do you think? What are some of the repercussions that are likely to occur should Donald Trump, the United States of America, leaves or rather denounce its support or rather being part of the NATO as an organization? So guys, just in case you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for staying. I hope you enjoy my videos. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate. You're welcome to being part of my online family. And please subscribe, share, and like this video. And also leave your opinion down below. Until next time.